Hey, what's going on guys, it is Foxcity98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we're going to be seeing how fast you can drive backwards at Azerbaijan on F1 2018. Now, if you guys haven't seen the previous 3 episodes that we've done, we've gone ahead and seen how fast we can drive backwards at Australia, Bahrain and China. Now moving on to Azerbaijan to have a little go around this track and see what we can do. Obviously, if you are new to the series and you're not sure how this works, I'm once again going to give you guys a brief explanation of what goes on whilst I can't really talk properly. So what we do is we go into a time trial event and we basically go ahead and we set ourselves a competitive lap time-ish driving forwards. Once we've gone ahead and done that, we then turn the car around and we go and drive backwards. And wow, the sensitivity on this controller feels mad weird right now. That's that felt quite strange. Anyway, when we drive forwards, we then go ahead and we turn the car around and we drive backwards, as we would normally do, like doing a backwards video. The only difference to this is we go ahead and we basically just see how fast we can set a lap going backwards and try and set a competitive lap time. And basically just compare the two. Now, they're not going to be very accurate, but we just want to see try and get an ultimate lap backwards and just see what the difference is. We're driving in the Mercedes-Benz because Mercedes is my favourite team. And I wanted to do something with Mercedes this year. And obviously, when it comes down to it, we're going to be comparing the lap times and just basically seeing how we get along. So, let's just try and get ourselves a good lap time, or a respectable lap time. We don't have to sweat it out. And obviously as well, we are running with default setup in the process. So obviously, we're not going to be using a setup driving forwards because it may actually hamper you going backwards, especially when you try and get the back end to slide a little bit, especially when you're driving forwards. It really doesn't help you when you're driving backwards. I just hit the wall there. Alright, so we're coming across now. We've just completed this lap. I'm probably going to go ahead and maybe just do one more lap, because I feel like I could just go a little bit faster than this one, just to get a more better representation of what we can do. Alright, so there we go then. So that's a better lap for us. So 139.2. I'm going to leave it at there. There was still mistakes even on that lap as well, but that's not really the purpose. We've set ourselves a much better representative lap time. I'm not really worried about where I am on the leaderboard because I honestly do not care in a non-offensive state. But anyway, so now that we've done that driving forwards, we're now obviously flipping the car and we're going backwards. And now we're going to get a little look at what it's like driving backwards. So that's what we're going to do right now. Wow, I just came close to that wall then. Oh my lord, I attacked that quite heavily. So let's have a look then and see what it's like driving backwards. Let's do a scouting lap together, see what we can work out, and go from there really. Let's see what we can do. So, obviously we lose DRS, which is obviously going to compromise us in a straight line. We're stuck at 204 miles an hour. We can go through this section pretty much flat. Drop a little bit of speed, but that happens. Okay, so we need to brake earlier for that corner. I tried to use the curb as my braking point. Wasn't quite... Alright, so overall, to start things off, we definitely need to be braking earlier for the corners. So it's going to take us about a lap or two to get used to that, because I'm probably going to end up braking earlier for some of the corners, just because I'm not going to... That was alright through there. Okay, back end came out on me then. Right, so overall, in terms of difficulty levels right now, we're probably looking at braking points as being the most difficult points to really master on this circuit. This is going to be one of those tracks where braking is just going to be, it's just going to be one of those laps where the braking point is going to just be good at all corners, and it's going to be one of those where we'll just accept it and move on. It's going to be one of those types, definitely for sure. Let's have a look then. That's a second gear corner. Accelerating with the DRS. What's this corner going to be like? That was actually spot on for the braking, but I don't know where I broke. That's such an attacky corner. Got to be careful on the exit. So overall then, on that first lap, traction is not an issue. So we're not going to have a problem with trying to get onto the power and utilising that. That's not a problem for us. What's going to be our biggest problem is going to be going ahead and getting the braking point right for each corner. That's where we're going to really lose out on our time. I mean, that was a corner cut and a half, but that's just a reference point. Unless I just brake even harder. It's the first time that the wall has caught me out. Every other time I've just been really attacking it. It's the first time it's basically caught its victim. Alright, that corner seems to be nailed down now. I've just got to get used to the traction off those corners because I'm braking heavily to get the turn in right. But it's obviously locking the wheels, so it's meaning that they spin a little bit more. And that's not helping me in some areas. Alright, so we're going to have a go at trying to start this entire lap then. So the start-finish line is somewhere, one of those two, can't remember, I think it's the closest one. But this is pretty much just as it normally is. Now, obviously we're going to be losing a lot of speed here because I'm not going to have DRS all the way through, so it means I'm stuck at 204 miles an hour, so overall straight line speed is going to be less. Through here, it's flat in 8th gear, you don't need to worry about any of that as you now blitz it through towards here. I broke too late. Bollocks. This track in particular, in China, it was all about just the overall traction, just like I couldn't get the car to turn enough. Whereas on this track, it's all about just the braking points. I just don't know where they are. I can't quite suss out a nice clean braking zone for myself. That's going to affect my run now all the way on the straight. But yeah, that's what I'm really struggling with. Just can't quite measure where's the best points to brake to get the best turning into the corners. I can get around the track, no problem. But it's the braking points that I'm really having a problem with. I'm not spinning, I'm not hitting anything. It's the braking points. Like, that was probably just over. That was probably a corner cut, I'm not gonna lie. I think it was anyway. Oh, it's a bit further up. Yeah, 100% a corner cut, so that wouldn't get validated. Pushing my luck.
The time last lap was a 1:39.2.
That's the best I'm going to do. Couldn't talk throughout the lap. I really couldn't. I had to try quite hard. But that's the best lap I think I'm going to be able to do. There was still a little bit of mistakes. Missed a few apexes. Hit a couple of walls here and there. But overall, it's a really difficult track, Azerbaijan, to drive backwards. It's difficult to drive forwards as well, to be honest. But it's really, really tough in in a lot of areas. And overall, you just got to be careful on the track when you're doing it. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for the driving backwards section. We're going to go ahead, compare the two laps, and outro this video. So, yeah, switch to postcom. Alright, so that was the best lap that I could possibly achieve whilst driving backwards at Azerbaijan. There was definitely room for improvement on the lap, but it was very, very hard to just like get right. So overall, I was pretty happy that the fact that we managed to get a solid lap in there with a 1 minute 40.5, which actually, if we didn't go ahead and improve our best lap, which was like a 1 minute 40 as well, we probably would have been pretty much neck and neck. But obviously, I found room to improve on my lap going forwards and backwards. I probably could have spent a bit more time on it, but I just didn't really have as much time, and I just managed to get that clean lap in. Overall, driving backwards at Baku is a lot of fun. It's very enjoyable. There's a lot of sections which are completely different and just make it a bit more unique. Especially the final corner. I love how much you can attack it, and it's amazing. But overall, definitely very, very difficult, especially if you want to try and learn braking points. It's very, very hard, as it always is for every backwards track, because you've got no references, but some tracks are easier than others to get a reference on, but this one, not so much. Yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Take care all,